Hi guys, it's Mark Zickrey, Mr. Politics, and I'm here on this bright sunny day in Los Angeles to talk about events transpiring in the cold, in the East. And I want to bring this into some focus regarding the long view, because as an older person, you get to have the benefit of memory of past events, which many people may not be aware of. So, where to start? In the last week or so, I've seen 2 people murdered on the street of their own city by ICE agents, and I don't feel in any way that there's an argument to that myself. These were people who, if they had not been killed by ICE agents, Border Patrol agents, whoever these masked thugs were, they'd be with us today. Ironically, one of them was named Good. So, I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up. You couldn't, if you named a character Good in a book, they'd say, oh, wait, come on, give it a rest. And then the other person was a palliative nurse in ICU at the Veterans Administration. I mean, when you look at the photo of these 2 people, they look like people that you'd love to have over for dinner. These are not wild, crazy-eyed fanatics at all. These are your neighbors, your friends, people who are trying to do good in the world. But okay, let's back off a little bit from there. So, because the initials, the ICE keeps saying, Bovino and all those guys keep saying, oh, we're just going after the worst of the worst. Well, they're killing the best of the best is what they're doing. But let's look at this whole worst of the worst thing. This whole notion of immigrants are dangerous, immigrants are the enemy, immigrants must be taken out of our country. In my entire life, I've lived here in Los Angeles my entire life, my personal experience of immigrants, and I don't know if they're legal or illegal, because those questions don't come up in conversation. But these are the people working hard. They're people, tending our lawns and cutting our trees and serving us in restaurants and on and on and on and on. But more than that, they're good neighbors, good family people. Many of them are religious. And also when you walk through the streets on any given day or go to a swap meet or anywhere, you hear a music of multiple languages. You hear English and Spanish and Russian and any other language you can imagine. Chinese, Cantonese, Mandarin. I love that. I love the variety of America. I love the fact that you can't point to one kind of person and say that's an American, because anyone in this wonderful country can be an American. So that's the loving, positive embrace. I've only seen good examples of people from other lands, whereas the current administration is acting like these people are the enemy, to have violence done upon them, to have them separated from their families. Terrible acts. We see it every day. Thank God for video cameras. Thank God that we all have video cameras in our phones, because otherwise we would be forced to accept these lies that are their immediate knee-jerk reaction to anything, even when your eyes and your ears know that it's a lie. So, but what I want to really talk about is what alternative action could have been taken in all of this ICE stuff, this DHS stuff, if the assumption wasn't we've got to keep America white, keep aliens from our doors. Well, you don't need to wonder. You can go back to 1986. Now, Ronald Reagan is considered an icon of the conservatives. He's the guy, Ronald Reagan, I have my opinions about Ronald Reagan, but one of the things he did that I think was a good idea was he granted amnesty to illegal aliens. He said if you've been in America for 4 years, continuous residency, you can apply for amnesty. And between 2.7 and 3 million people received amnesty. So what happened to those people? Well, they'd get a background check. They would be, they were employed. They were, they became legal residents. And as a result, families were not torn apart. People were not traumatized. No one was harmed in terms of violence inflicted upon them. Their constitutional rights were not defiled. And America kept going. America was fine, and instead of what we're doing now. So I just wanted to put this all out because there are alternatives that are kind and compassionate and sane. And we got to stand in opposition to this violent, cruel, ignorant, racist, way of doing things. And that's about it for now. Talk soon. Bye.